One of the best parts about dating a clown is all the wazoo sex. That is until you find out there's like 30 other guys in there at once. But at least you're not the only one who's bummed out. Hashtag sad slide whistle. I personally know at least 5 Johns off the top of my head, so thank goodness there's a John legend. Here's my impression of Julia Roberts' dentist. No, Julia, not that wide. Whose R is this? February? Sherbert? Be honest. The catapult. Strong enough for a man, but made for cats. I was in the seasoning aisle of the store the other day when I saw a sign that said, buy 2, get a third free. And it made me worry that by the time I got to season 3, it wouldn't be as good as the first 2. I just can't afford to get emotionally invested in something like that. Okay, so let me get something straight. Before you came out of the closet, you were just coming into the closet? Okay, I'm woke. I mean, you know, whatever. Zero judgment, but clean that closet. I developed a cure-all called To Each His Own. Apply liberally to the affected area, or conservatively, whichever you prefer. I was at Watchaholics Anonymous the other night. Have you not heard of Watchaholism? Oh gosh, that's not a good sign. There's a whole series about it on Hulu. It's tough to get through, but it does the trick. Sure, fast women are exciting, but slow women are just so much easier. Seriously, all you gotta do is disappear a penny into your elbow and you're in. My girlfriend had a song stuck in her head, so I Heimlicked her Pandora. John Bobbitt had a penis, then he didn't have a penis, and then he had a penis again. I assume he still has a penis. That's life, baby. Sometimes you have a penis, and sometimes you don't. If you think about it, was Lorena Bobbitt ahead of her time in terms of transgender anything? No? No traction there? None at all? Alright. Boobs make it harder to run for president. We rely on butt cheeks for many things. For sitting, for farting, for shitting, for looking hot, for forward locomotion, as necessary cushion for commensurate pushing. Truly, butt cheeks perform many duties. Not miniature duties, usually pretty big ones. Most things that are little don't even have butt cheeks. I think you have to be a certain size to have butt cheeks. I don't know where the cutoff is. Where the butt off is. The butt cutoff for your butt off. True story, I once tripped over a blind person's cane, but I swear I didn't see it. I would have apologized, but I don't know sign language. My mother loves bargains, which I suppose in a certain sense makes her a homosexual. It's an issue she's been wheeling and dealing with her entire life. She had her coming out sale just a few years ago, still adjusting to that. Maybe the reason there aren't way more smart women is because we burn so many of them as witches, you know? Harry Potter and the pube-laden flatware. Harry Potter and the ruined dinner party. Harry Potter and the bowl of soup. Who exactly was the Ring Lord in Lord of the Rings? The guy who sucked at lording rings, or the other guys who couldn't lord rings for shit? Shout out to my butthole. We've been through a lot together. Well, a lot's been through you. You've taken a lot of shit, but you're just as good at giving it, and you were always there when I needed you. In the end, cyclist season is upon us. Be on the lookout. There's a lot of different variation within the cycling community, but they come in 2 major varieties. There's motorcyclists and bicyclists. Presumably the bicyclists have both sets of genitals, hence the name. So they're very gender fluid, oftentimes very svelte, athletic, could be considered the female dominant of the cyclist. And then you have your motorcyclist. Now, they are usually a larger, more aggressive breed of cyclist. You will denote them by their denims and their buttons and their beards and bandanas, tassels. Both bicyclists and motorcyclists can be found congregating in biker bars and gay bars alike. There's a lot of crossover there. Cyclist season, look out. Make sure to yield if you see any cyclists mating along the side of the road or anything like that. Just leave them be. They'll break it up eventually. They're actually hooked together. Their genitals are hooked together. So if you actually tried to separate them, you would only frighten them, and maybe they would harm themselves out of fear. So just leave them be, let them finish. They'll be on their way. They'll be on the old dusty road again. It's all good. Cyclist season. Not to sympathize too much with rapists. Too much. Just humor me. It seems like the least troublesome part of raping someone in a prison shower is the bending over, is the physical act of bending someone over. There's a lot more after that. It's not like, oh, knocked you over, and then they're just like a rock'em sock'em rape bot. And then they just stay in that position. You gotta hold them down. There's a whole lot of other things. So I doubt that there are a lot of burly, incarcerated men looking for love in the shower that are really just waiting. Oh, I hope someone drops the soap today. Oh man, if they do, oh boy, I'm gonna get to it. I get to raping right there in the shower. But I'm not gonna force it. You know, I'm an honest rapist. I'm not gonna knock the soap out of anyone's hand or anything like that. And I'm not just gonna go up and bend a guy over all of a sudden. Rude, you know? So if the guy makes the mistake of both dropping the soap and then going to retrieve it, thus exposing his anus, well, you know, he's obviously, in a karmic sense, asking for it. This is sort of God giving you a sign, if I'm not mistaken. So under those circumstances, sure. Otherwise, you know, just luck of the draw. Maybe today's my day. Get some forced lovemaking in due to how slippery soap is in a watery environment. I get the feeling that doctors have long ago invented a device or something other than a finger that they can stick up a person's butt to check their prostate, and they're just not telling us about it. Because, you know, imagine the loss of power in that position. I think half the reason some doctors get into it is because they just get to put their fingers up our butts and then talk about it to each other. Hey, yeah, that guy just put my finger up his butt, so I'm better than him, right? High five. Yeah, for sure. They have like their own little secret handshake or something like that. It's fucked up, man. Give me the device. It's like maybe there's a secret menu there or something in a doctor's office where you can say, hey, use the device. And it's like, oh, bummer. He knows about it. Well, all right, fine. You know, just don't tell anybody. You know, this is like, yeah, I'm cool, man. It's hilarious. Most of these other guys are assholes. Drought. The lack of precipitation sweeping the nation. Impotence. The lack of sensation that's sweeping the nation. Repetition. The lack of inspiration that's sweeping the fish in Finland are Finnish fish, as opposed to fish around the rest of the world? What if a Finnish person doesn't finish their Finnish fish? Does that make it unfinished Finnish fish business? What if a Finn likes to finish fish until he finishes? I was too tired to go to the store earlier, so I just used nothing and sleep to make this joke. One time I saw my cat taking a crap and I thought, oh my god, there's shit coming out of my pussy! But then I realized that's normal.